Hi, in today's video, we're going to do an Omaha real estate market update for the month of June, and we're going to start right now. Now, as of June 20th, 2021, our current inventory, we have 735 active listings on the market, and that's including Douglas and Sarpy County. Now, when you take out new construction, that gives us 525 existing homes for sale in Douglas and Sarpy County. Now in March, we had 269 existing homes for sale in Douglas County. Now right now, we have close to double that amount in comparison to March and earlier this spring. So you're starting to see the market cool just a tad. All right, I can tell that the market's starting to cool because I'm starting to hear sellers say, well, but my neighbor sold the house down the street 3 months ago for X. So I'm starting to see a little bit of a break in terms of, we're still a very competitive seller's market, but we're not a scorching hot seller's market. All right, now talking with several agents, not just within Nebraska Realty, but other agents from across our metro area, I'm actually starting to hear that agents are actually calling and asking for feedback. Now, 3 months ago, you didn't have to do that because the best feedback is an offer and you'd have 10 offers. But now we're starting to see you're starting to see a few price reductions, and you're starting to see agents calling for feedback. And that's another indication that prices may be cooling just a tad. Now, earlier this year, I did a video on the price of lumber. Now, another interesting fact is when you look at the price of lumber in early May, right around May 7th, lumber was at $1,686 for 1,000 board feet. Now, currently, as of June 20th, that price is right around $900. So the price of lumber is also starting to decrease. Now, the question is why is the market starting to cool? I think it could be a couple of things. Number one, people are able to go out and go to ball games and concerts and that sort of thing. So a lot of folks want to take some time and do some vacations. So I think that's one contributing factor. I think another factor is that several sellers who were hesitant to put their home on the market during COVID now say, hey, you know what, we're comfortable with people coming into our home. So I think that's adding to our inventory. And I think the other thing that's starting to creep into the equation a little bit is inflation. Now, inflation is a general increase in prices and the fall of the purchasing power of money. So what that means is this, and a good example is this is like when I go to the grocery store, I like to buy the fancy hot dogs and they come 7 in a pack. Well, I noticed number one, those prices are going way up for those hot dogs. And number two, I used to get 7 hot dogs, and now that inflation is here, now I'm only getting 6 hot dogs per pack. So that's another indication of inflation. And inflation is kind of like a hidden tax. Okay, when prices go up, even though interest rates are very low, you have very low buying power. But when the value of money decreases, then that means there's less money for things for you to buy. Now, the one good thing about the market starting to cool is that several buyers, especially those buying with FHA or VA, many of those folks earlier this spring were just getting beat up. And so now those folks can come back into the market and have the opportunity to purchase a home. Okay, now if you're a seller, as with any market, pricing is going to be critical. Okay, I think that many sellers have the false impression that they can price their home at the tippy top of the market and then expect to get even more offers above that. But now it might be a better strategy to price it very competitively and then have multiple offers to drive up that price. But you can't overprice your home and expect it to drive up the price. And then the other thing that's going to be critical, as with any market, is you want to make sure that the home is staged properly and you want to take great photos. So those are always going to be key in any market, but I think in this market it's going to be critical, and then sellers have to adjust their expectations. Now let's look at May of 2021. Let's look at the closing numbers for May in 2021. Now, last month we had 1,229 closed transactions. The median list price was $245,900, and the median sale price was $258,525. And the median days on market were just 2 days on the market. Now let's look a year back. Let's look at May of 2020. How does it compare last month compared to a year prior? In May of 2020, we had 1,135 closed transactions. The median list price was $229,900, and the median sold price was $230,000. Now, the median days on market last year was 4 days on the market. Now, the market's still hot. It's still a seller's market, but it's just not the sizzling hot seller's market that we've seen back in February, March, and April. So things are starting to cool a little bit. There's opportunity out there if you're an FHA or VA buyer. If you're a seller, you may have to adjust your expectations just a tad. And if you agree with this assessment, hey, give it a thumbs up. If you don't agree, hey, any interaction is good with the channel. So I appreciate that. And if you found this information helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button over there and ding that bell for notifications. And thanks, and make it a great day.